Welcome to the Caregivers Coaching Corner. I'm Dementia Coach Diane, and I'm sharing my journey as I care for my husband Ben, who's living at home with Lewy body dementia. Today, we're going to step aside from caregiving topics and dementia care and focus on self care because it really matters. And yet, too often, it's the last thing that we consider on any given day. For this video series, I want to take a look at sleep because it's the best gift we can give ourselves. But sometimes it feels like a luxury that we can't afford. And I'm here to say we can't afford not to sleep well. So in this first video, I want to talk a little bit about why we tend not to sleep well, though you might be saying, no shit, Sherlock. But let's take a look at why. And then in the next video, some natural ways to help to calm our bodies. And then I'm going to be sharing some techniques that have really helped me. So stay tuned for the full series. So as I said, when I first started caregiving for my husband, which was almost 5 years ago now, I was definitely barely surviving on broken sleep, caffeine, and like sheer willpower. But I've actually taken some strides to help Ben sleep better and finally gave myself the chance to take a look at how I could sleep better. Now, if you think about it, too often when our head hits the pillow finally, whatever time that is, our brains just start to go crazy, and it's like, oh, wow, like now's a great time to relive every decision I've made in the past year and, every mistake I've ever made. Does anybody else feel that way? It can just be, almost impossible to quiet down our racing minds. And, you're not alone if you feel that way because hypervigilance is real. When I first started this journey with Ben, his symptoms were increasing so rapidly and I was so confused and I couldn't get him to the doctors and I didn't know what to do. So my whole nervous system was like on fire. And, then even after we got into some routines and we saw some physicians, then, I'm getting in bed thinking like, did I get his meds right on time? Or, did he really take them or did he pocket them in his mouth? And, what if something happens while I'm asleep? These are thoughts that are going to show up oftentimes the moment that, we actually lie down, and it kind of turns our beds into a battleground. And I don't know about you, but some caregivers have told me that they can actually feel guilty about sleeping. Like we should be available 24/7 or something, or somehow be on guard even while we're unconscious. Guilt is not a badge of honor. Let's face it, it's like a sleep thief. So there are so many reasons, of course, why sleep becomes one of the most challenging things for us to experience. And let's face it, I think we all know what it feels like when our sleep gets interrupted multiple times. When Ben, unfortunately, first started this journey, he wasn't sleeping at all. And he would come and wake me up having no conception of what time it was. And there was no way that I could actually convince him that it was dark out. It was 3 o'clock in the morning and he needed to sleep. And even if he couldn't sleep, I needed to sleep so I would be able to help him the next day. But again, he just didn't have any concept of time or sleep or what my needs were. And it wasn't because he wouldn't, it was because he couldn't. So let's face it, when our sleep gets interrupted like that, we wake up groggy and unfocused and, irritated. If that's, even if we get a chance to fall back to sleep, say after 3 a.m. But, studies show that broken sleep, of course, impairs memory and, it's hard enough to be taking care of somebody else whose memory might be impaired when, ours gets impacted as well. So I probably don't have to convince you why sleep is so important, but I hope that at least even in this first video, I've inspired you to listen to the next videos to take a look at what can we do about it. So once again, you are not alone. I believe that our nervous systems, again, have been trained oftentimes to take care of others and take care of ourselves last. We're conditioned to problem solve constantly. And when you're taking care of somebody else, it's hard to know what problems are going to come up, and we try to anticipate them. And yet, we can't do that really. I mean, we can try to plan ahead a little bit, but the truth is, we'd be much better served and much better able to take care of what does come up if our nervous systems are calmed down, if we've gotten some rest, and we're thinking clearly. So please, if this resonates with you, if you're going like, yeah, at least give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel, please. We really appreciate that too, because it lets YouTube know that you want to see more videos like this. But stay tuned for the next video where I share some things that have really helped me, some natural ways to calm down, and how that's made all the difference. Thanks. Stay tuned.